So you're over 35 and you want to build a YouTube channel, a podcast, a good Instagram following, a successful TikTok account, or maybe it's a lead generating LinkedIn. Whatever it is, you want to build because you want to make additional money, but more than that, you want to make an impact on people's lives all around you. If that's you, then you are the perfect candidate to build a personal brand. I'm Danielle Torrez, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through why you need to start today to build your personal brand no matter what your age is, no matter what your level of experience. And you want to stick around to the very end of this video because in the end of the video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, like what steps you need to take to start today. Now, building a personal brand is not for everyone. You know, the marketing gurus will tell you that everybody needs to have a personal brand in 2024, but I just don't think that's true. I think it is totally okay to live a quiet life and just be known by the people surrounding you. Not everyone wants to build a platform or to be known for something specific, and that's okay. But if you have that urge inside to build a business or a ministry or to build a following because you feel like you have something to say, then building a personal brand is probably for you. People really overcomplicate the whole idea of personal brand. You know, everyone's making videos about this and telling you that it's something that's more difficult than it is. All personal brand is the digitization of your reputation. It is not complicated. It's basically everything that you are online. What do you want people to think about when they think of you? That's what you want to build as a personal brand. Now, you can build this offline, and that's just fine. Some people do it. They build really strong networks offline, especially the very wealthy. But let me tell you, it is going to be an uphill battle in today's world as we move more towards technology, more towards digitization, more towards AI. You're really going to have to go against the grain and expend unnecessary energy to do it that way. Why? Because in today's world, it's not so much what you know and who you know as it is who knows you. According to the latest census study, 74% of Americans say that they are more likely to hire someone who has built an online reputation. In fact, I want you to listen to this 30-second clip from a guy named Rory Vaden, and he really details not just why you should build a personal brand, but who should be building a personal brand in 2024.
The average American, do they care if like their business coach has one or their insurance agent, or like who are the people you care about having a personal brand? And the number one profession out of all of them was doctors.
Wow.
61% of Americans say they want their doctor to have an established personal brand.
Oh my gosh.
59% said their employer, 58% said their lawyer, and 55% said their financial advisor. And here's what we started to realize. The higher the requirement for trust, the more having a personal brand matters.
Now, you may not be a doctor or a lawyer. In fact, you may not be any of those things on his list. You might just be, let's say, a stay-at-home mom who has a creative passion. You may be someone in the corporate world who just feels like you've hit a ceiling and you know that there's more, but you don't know how to get there. Well, let me tell you, in that instance and many others, building a personal brand is great because you're opening the door and allowing people to know exactly what your expertise are and exactly what they should be coming to you about. Or you can be like me and you build a personal brand because you feel like you have something to say and you are finally ready to say it. Personally, I've been building brands since I was 6 years old. I've done it as an entrepreneur. I've done it as an entertainer. I have done it for other businesses, both business to business and business to consumer as a director of marketing. And I'm not saying this to toot my own horn. I'm saying this for proof that I am over 35, and I understand that as you get older, you actually have so many things that you can offer the world that sometimes it can be difficult to choose just one. But because you're over 35, you have a ton of expertise. You know things that people that are younger and the same age and older than you can really learn from. So why aren't you building an online brand? What is stopping you from sharing this knowledge, this expertise, all of this experience that you've gained? What is really stopping you from sharing it online? Well, I'm going to tell you, but you might not like the answer. And the number one reason is because you don't want to suck. Now, unless you have a lot of money and you have a video team and a content writer and you have all of these things at your disposal, your first content might be a little cringe. It might be you're learning, you're figuring it out. You're figuring out your writing style. You're figuring out how you like to address your audience and how you like to talk in front of a camera or, on LinkedIn or on your podcast, whatever it may be. And it is hard because all of us want to be excellent at what we're doing. None of us want to go through that phase where it feels like you have this vision in your head and you want to bring that to the market, but you don't quite know how to get to the level of excellence that you see. So your content feels a little bit cringe. Here's my best advice. Embrace it. Embrace those moments. Embrace the suck. Listen, it is so important just to get out there, make the content, cringy or not, just learn the lessons, put in the reps that you need to really make yourself an expert. And trust me, you are going to get there. Your content will improve. Your speaking, your cadence, your whatever it is, the size of your guests if you're doing interviews or the size of your partnerships, it will all grow, but it's going to take time to master it. And unless you start somewhere at that cringe content, you're never going to get to mastery. The next reason you're probably not online sharing your experience in thought leadership is because you don't want people to see you suck. At 35 or older, you are an established person. You do have a reputation. You may have a job. You may have something that people already know you for. Maybe you've had past businesses or you have a current business and you just feel like, it's kind of weird because I don't want these people over here to think something about me as I do this thing over here. And the truth is, it is going to be a little messy at the beginning. Not everyone who follows you online today is going to stay with you. There's going to be that person that says, oh man, what is she trying to be? What is he trying to do? I'm not for this. Like, it's giving me the, I don't want that, right? And there is a chance of that. Your follower count may go down before it goes up. More than likely it will. And that is okay. Some people will opt out on you and it will make you feel a little insecure. But now is the time to really build that backbone, to be confident in who you are and to be confident in your journey. This is not about them. This is about you. This is about what you want to share with the world, the way that you're growing and what you want to grow into. And I promise you, when you form that backbone right now, where you are right now, it's going to be so much easier to do when you have a huge platform or a large audience, or you have a business based off of your personal brand, because it doesn't get easier when you have more people looking, more opinions, more negative comments to build that backbone. You have to do it right now where you are with your small following, your close tribal connections, and let them know what you're doing. Don't be ashamed of it, and don't be ashamed to let them see you grow into who you're becoming. The third reason you're probably not creating content over 35 is you just don't have enough time. Plain and simple, you don't have enough time, and this is a real problem. I hear people online all the time talking about, you go to work, you get up early, you work out, you do your mindset stuff, you go to work, you get it done, you come home, you take care of your kids if you have them. If not, you get straight to work. If you have kids, then you put them to bed and then you get straight to work. No TV, no relaxation. You're too broke to relax. Have you heard these things? Have you heard these experts touting this hustle culture? I don't know about you, but it makes me feel so overwhelmed. Like I'm not doing enough. Like my efforts aren't good enough. And I don't want that for you. The truth is, it is going to take time. It is going to take hard work. It is going to take dedication and focus for you to build your brand over 35. However, it doesn't mean that you have to throw everything into it right away. What I want you to do is I want you to set aside 30 minutes every single day to work on your personal brand and to work on what you are becoming. Not only that, but I want you to be really specific about what time and what day you're going to work on your brand. For instance, don't say, next week I'm going to spend 30 minutes working on my brand. No. What are you going to do during that time? For instance, on Monday at 7 a.m., I am going to write out 30 ideas that I can do for posting online. Instead of being vague, you want to be specific, and then you want to be disciplined enough that whatever time you set aside to build your personal brand, you take advantage of it and don't let anything get in your way. Now, if you have the time to hustle hard and go for it and throw everything at it, do it. The faster you can build and the more you can put into it, you're going to get more inertia. You're going to move forward at a faster pace and you're going to be able to build something. However, it's not impossible to do it in little spurts as long as you are consistent, disciplined, and you have the grit to actually get it done. The last reason you're probably not posting anything online or building up your personal brand is because you don't know what to say. If you're over 35, you've probably had a lot of hobbies. You've had jobs, you've read books, you've been a part of networking groups. You have all of this experience, and because of that, it can be very difficult to just pick one thing that you want to talk about. You don't want to pick just one thing. And when you do start to pick one thing and then you go to write about it or you sit down and try to create, then all of a sudden you feel like you know absolutely nothing at all. Have you been there? If you have, I promise you are not alone. This is everyone's number one problem, and not only beginners, okay? This is for experts. This is for people who have established brands and then want to switch it up. I hear everyone talking about this issue. So I have a couple tips and tricks I want you to try, okay? It's a writing exercise that's really going to help you. So I promised you at the beginning of this video that I would tell you exactly what you need to do to start today. So here it is. I want you to sit down for 30 minutes and I want you to begin to answer these specific questions. Ask yourself, what am I very passionate about? What are the things that I know about or I want to learn more about? Don't feel like you have to pick just one here. I actually want you to write them all out, and this alone can take 30 minutes. Next, I want you to ask yourself, who is my audience? The truth is, you are most likely to help the person that's where you used to be. You've already walked in their shoes, so you know how to help them get to the next step. And again, you might just be a few steps ahead of them. That's okay too. But who are those people and what is it that you have to offer them? Next, I want you to ask yourself, what are the struggles that I had when I first got started? What did I go through? What were my pain points on my journey? Whatever you were dealing with and whatever you faced, I promise you your audience is also dealing with the same things and asking those same questions, and you can answer them because you've been there before. Next, I want you to think about, what doubts did you have? Now, this one is great, especially if you want to build something like a business, because sales are going to be needed. And in order to sell someone anything, you have to be able to address the doubts that they have, not only about the thing you're trying to sell them, but the doubts that they have about themselves. Can I do this? I've tried so many things. Will I be successful if I try again this time? What will differentiate former me from future me in my attempts? Well, the good news is whatever content you are creating, you're going to be the solution for those doubts. That's how you want to present yourself, and that's what you want to live up to. And because of that, people are just going to come flocking to your content because they realize that utilizing you, and the things that you're saying are going to be the difference between success or failures that they may have had in the past. So not only do you want to ask, what is that person feeling? What are their pain points? You also want to ask, what are their goals? What are their dreams? What are they trying to accomplish? Because this is where your audience is really going to come alive. The truth is, people don't necessarily just want to hear you talk about a process or like, oh, I know this or I know that. It will good for you. What you really want to tell people is how the things that you are talking about are going to help them achieve their biggest dreams and their biggest goals. So if you have the answers to any of those questions or any of those things I just mentioned, that is where you need to start, and you need to do it today while you're feeling fired up, while you're feeling passionate, while that spark is going, aha, I can do this. This is something that I can see it right now. This is the moment to start writing those things down. There are so many people that need the expertise and the experience and the lessons learned that you have as a person over 35. There are plenty of younger people that are out there putting out content. Bravo, they're doing a wonderful job. I'm proud of them, right? But that doesn't mean that there isn't a place for you and a place for your content and a place for your voice. There is. We need you. We need you in the market. We need what you have to say. So please don't be afraid to share it. Also, if this video helped you out, I have another video that will outline exactly how to build on each platform, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, or LinkedIn. So please check that out. And again, like this video and share it with someone else that will really benefit. If it's brought you value, perhaps they'll love it too. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.